Sup everybody, this is Karak with ACG and welcome again to the Gaming Minute where I try to discuss different elements of news for this past week, each subject less than 1 minute long. As always, if you like the video, maybe subscribe. So let's begin. The first thing I want to talk about right now is Assassin's Creed Odyssey 1.0.7 patch notes. So this patch went live today. It's 2.6 gigs to 2.2 gigs depending on if you're on the PC, the PS4, or the Xbox. But some of the big changes here in the summary from Ubisoft itself includes increased level cap from 50 to 70, improved photo mode functionality, added detailed mercenary benefits pages, improved the smart loot system, added an option to the game to toggle XP and drachma boosts on or off in the inventory, addressed an issue that could prevent mercenary live events, addressed various issues that prevented quests from completing, and clothing physics are no longer capped to 30 FPS anymore, but they scale with the selected graphics settings on the PC. Lastly, they added support for a second Lost Tale of Greece, the Divine Intervention. The quest Test of Judgment will be available in-game upon installing this as well, available after Episode 5. Lastly, they also added a visual customization system, which lets you change the visual appearance of gear items while keeping their original stats. So there's a lot in that patch, and it's certainly something that I think a lot of people will probably end up returning to. And the next bit of news, and the biggest probably, is that for the first time in the show's 24-year history, E3 will not have a Sony main event presence. This information was actually inside the Entertainment Software Association's announcement of the 2019 show and states this, and I got this from Variety. The quote begins, "As the industry evolves, Sony Interactive Entertainment continues to look for inventive opportunities to engage the community. PlayStation fans mean the world to us, and we've always wanted to innovate, think differently, and experiment with new ways to delight gamers. As a result, we've decided not to participate in E3 in 2019. We're exploring new and familiar ways to engage our community in 2019 and can't wait to share our plans with you." Also, it's best to remember that in September, they also decided not to host the PlayStation Experience, citing a lack of games as well. So this is technically the second event they've sort of dropped away from. Now, this has caused a lot of people to wonder exactly what it could be, if it actually matters, what kind of big deal it is for them, especially when you look at PlayStation 4's a little bit shaky presentation this year, technically only. I think it's easy to see that some of these companies are looking at it and deciding that a lot of the demos and a lot of the E3 events and announcement aren't really worth the time and resources and money it takes to get those vertical slices of a lot of these games. And next up, I want to talk a little bit about Playground Games. So a couple days ago, I ended up doing some news where I discussed the Obsidian purchase as well as the purchase of the developers of Bard's Tale 4 from Microsoft. But we also get to see an interview. This appeared in Edge in the Christmas 2018 issue, and this is from WCCFtech.com, where they state that during that interview inside of the Edge for that month, when asked if the work that they had done already on the RPG and if that impacted them being purchased from Microsoft, Ralph Fulton, who's the chief creative officer, said, and I quote, "It definitely influenced our decision and Xbox's decision to take this step together, and it wouldn't take a genius to work out that they were both with Xbox. The amount of content we're going to be bringing to the family was a crucial factor there as well." Gavin Rayburn, in the same interview, who's the studio director, stated, and I quote, "We felt we achieved success in racing and wanted to continue that. We love the genre, but we felt that if we wanted to really make a milestone for the studio, we should look for a success in a different genre as well. Again, it made sense to partner with Microsoft, and they were really supportive." Of course, as we know, Playground Games did see a large influx of people and a new studio branching out from them prior to this announcement, so it's going to be really interesting to see what they can end up bringing, and especially what they can end up bringing for Xbox in the RPG sphere, especially because Microsoft just ended up getting In Exile and Obsidian Studios, both well known for their RPGs. And that's it for me, and these are big news stories. I want to hear what you think in the comments. Feel free to leave one. I would love to hear what you think is big news today, yesterday, the day before, what I didn't cover, what you want to talk about, and what you think of this news here. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you dislike the video, give it a thumbs down. And if I've ever saved you any cash or found a game that you ended up liking that you never thought you would, feel free to go to the Patreon website and become a patron for the channel. It helps me continue to give you guys news, reviews, and all other kinds of video for the channel. Lastly, you can always follow me on Twitter. That's in the description. Peace out and enjoy the rest of your week.